Hi, everybody. It's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for January 26th through February 1st. And we're entering retrograde season. So, what do I have for you today? I have a really good extensive blog, 27 suggestions for a happier life. I have the cards for the week, the crystals for the week. I'm going to pull at least one name out of the bowl. And what the bowl is, if you're a top fan, if you comment my videos, if you like my videos, if you share my videos, I wrote your names on pieces of paper. Each week I'm going to pull one name from the bowl, do a little mini reading. This week I am not doing readings for each individual sign because I'm recording the February tarot scopes and readings. And yeah, so let's get started. So let's see what the theme of the week is. These are from the original mini angel cards, mini angel oracles. And just so you know, I will post links in the blog for all the decks and everything that I'm using so that you can, check them out, order them if you like, and you'll get a discount. So this week it is Delight, and I love that. I really love that because my blog is about being happier, ways to be happier, and just looking around at the collective energy. I think this coming week will be a very quiet week. We're coming off of the new moon in Aquarius. The sun is now in Aquarius, so happy birthday, Aquarians. I love that the sun is now in an air sign, which is a sister sign of mine. So the energy's good. We're lifting out of that heaviness. So it is time to delight in anything and everything. All right, so I took a couple of notes for the week. We're entering retrograde season. What does that mean? We have 6 planets this year going retrograde. Everything except for Uranus will be retrograde by June 23rd. Mostly everything pretty much by May, and then we have to wait until June 23rd. Neptune will be the last planet to follow. So what does that mean? It's Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Our first planet to go retrograde will be Mercury, our favorite. This year it's affecting water signs the most. Now Mercury retrograde always affects the planets, the signs that are ruled by Mercury, which are Gemini and Virgo. Although some beg to differ that Virgo is ruled by Chiron, which I really kind of do believe that, although I can see the mercurialness of Mercury in Virgo. We're entering the shadow period next Sunday. I believe it's next Sunday. February 2nd. Yes. So Mercury enters the shadow. That means anything could happen. Changes could come. Your plans could change. Actual retrograde begins February 16th in Aquarius, but it'll be in Pisces most of the time. So Aquarians will be affected, Geminis, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios, and it will come out of retrograde March 30th, I believe. So that would be Aries. Those are the signs that will have the most effect. Now, if you've read my blogs, if you've seen my videos before, anything of me talking about Mercury retrograde, don't panic. It is not a time to panic. So many people have heard terrible things about Mercury retrograde, but if you accept and embrace it and know how to deal with it, then you're okay. So you should check out my blogs at expressionsoftheuniverse.com. But just a little quick tip, there could be delays, there could be snafus. I will tell you that I always experience computer issues, electronics issues. I prepare myself when I'm going anywhere, especially like to the grocery store or, out and about. I come equipped with my headphones for my phone so that I can listen to music or other inspirational things maybe while I'm waiting in line. Don't get frustrated. You have to use total patience when Mercury is retrograde because anything could happen. It's really about surrendering and going with the flow. It's about resting, relaxing, retreating, reinventing, anything with the RE prefix. But yeah, if you just be prepared, allow yourself extra time, back up your electronics, back up your computers, make sure that if your car is due for service, which mine is, you get it taken care of, because anything that's like on the verge like that, something could happen. Just know that anything could happen during this 5.5 week period of time. You can't shut your lives down, but you can accept and surrender and go with the flow with everything, and you should be okay. And like I said, be prepared. Come with headphones so that you can listen to some good music while you're being held up in traffic or waiting in a line at the grocery store. Don't allow the external world to have an effect on your internal world. That's really a big part of what my blog this week is. So many people are focused on everything going on outside of them, outside of the things that they can control. It also came up in the cards for this week. So enough blah, 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 and I'll get back to my little list. The other thing, with Uranus being the only direct planet this year, huge self-growth. Now, I've spoken about the year of 2020, how this is mainly going to be a building year, building new foundations, building things from the ground up. Huge self-growth here. So you don't really want to expect, a whole lot of maybe new opportunities coming possibly, although like this has been an electric year for me already. A lot of things are opening up, but maybe it's because I've done the work over the last decade, over the last 2 decades, over the last 3 decades, and now I'm ready to move on. But I think even so, we always have room for self-growth, self-improvement. We cannot bring in that outer world. Whatever's going on outside of us is usually total chaos. It's time for us to go within, especially during the Mercury retrograde. With it beginning in Aquarius, it's very mental. It's very mentally oriented with the mind, our thoughts, our words, our communication, our wishes. And then it moves into Pisces, which is very emotional. So we could be getting triggered. And I do talk about triggers in my blog. It's about keeping to yourself. You'll see this in the cards. Well, I might as well just get to the cards. And I had one more thing else I wanted to write down. But we are focusing on the self this year. We're not focusing on other people's problems. It's about us, all right? The other thing that I wrote down was coronavirus. And we were talking about this morning in my family, how every time there's chaos that's going on in the world, especially right now, we have chaos in every corner of the world. In so many countries, Australia, United States, Hong Kong, China. some sort of outbreak always seems to occur to divert our attention from the chaos that is going on. I talk about social media news, television news media, and even internet news media in my blog this week because it's such a distractor. And believe it or not, I'm going to admit it, most of the news that we see on Facebook, on the internet, on television, it is designed to entertain us. It is designed to distract us. The majority of it is fake news. There are companies and countries and trolls out there that are paid to write fake news stories to target our emotional centers and trigger us. And we could talk more about this if you want. I didn't believe it was true until I really discovered, being in a media-based business, that it is true. So you have to be really discerning with what's out there. All right, so any of you that follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you'll see that this probably should be my first card for the day. My pup, I forgot to put the baby gate up to my office here, and she got one of my cards, and it's the 12th house. I just dropped a piece. And this is a newer deck. It's like one of the newest decks that I got. And I was reading with these in a live Facebook show the other night. So I will be ordering a new deck because I really like that deck. And the deck is called the Astrology Reading Cards. I do have a link to that in my blog. The 12th house, though, it talks about karma, spirit, the other side, past lives. It is ruled by Pisces, so it's our ethereal minds. It's, what is up in the ethers spiritually. It also talks about the prisons that we put ourselves in, how we overwhelm ourselves, breaking free. It's symbolized by institutions, but I think it's often the prisons that we keep ourselves in. And so that card asks, once again, pulling off of last week's information, it talks about what is overwhelming you, what can you surrender to, what can you accept, what can you change, what can you control, and knowing the difference of where can you make a change, what can you control. If you can't control something that is outside of you, you gotta let it go. That's a lot about what the 12th house speaks of. Okay, so I did pull a card from that deck because I liked it so much. Actually, I didn't pull it. It fell to the floor. And this will be the card that comes in on Monday. It is the first house. And this speaks about the self. This speaks about, hey, did you just see that in the video? It looked like an orb in the video. I wonder when I edit this if it comes up, because that just freaked me out. I'm going to have to go back and see, and I can't stop recording right now to see if it happened. But, ooh, that was weird. The first house, it speaks about the self, our self-image, the face that we put out into the world, your face telling, being an open book and telling a story. So this also is saying to me with the first house, you need to focus on yourself and your problems, your situations, the things that you can control, the things that you can change. So, yeah, I guess that card will come in on Wednesday because I will be using the 12th house, the torn up card. I will be using that for Monday, and I will go into further detail. I feel scattered because I know that I just saw something in that screen, and I'm dying to stop this video and go back, but I won't. I'll just do it when I'm editing. My crystal of the week. Now I'm using the Crystal ILI deck. It is Tiger Eye, and it speaks of balance. And I think that's perfect because a lot of us are really out of balance. And this is about aligning the chakras. I know that that is perfect for Tiger Eye. It's a really great root chakra stone, and I have some here. And actually, I have a chakra necklace on, and I know one of the stones is Tiger Eye, and it's in the position of the solar plexus. So that is our personal powerhouse. This is where we feel our gut intuition. So you ever, you have a feeling about something, whether it be good or bad, and you feel it right here in your gut, that is represented by Tiger Eye. So this is really gorgeous. If you haven't ever seen it, hopefully it will represent well here in the video, because Tiger Eye, it's like iridescent. It's almost like translucent, like you can see inside of it. And then I also have some raw and rough tiger iron. This is not polished, but when this is polished, this would also come up with a sheen and a shine that you could look into. So I will expand on this during the week, but it's a great protective stone. Oh, and I have Tiger Eye earrings on today. As a matter of fact, it's really great for protecting from deflecting any negative energy coming towards you. I think it's that mirror-like quality that it has. And it also helps to balance us out, which I think a lot of us need. It brings our body, mind, and spirit into alignment, and it brings our chakras into alignment. I also have in my blog some what appears to be some pretty good looking quality Tiger Eye stones that you could access and obtain. Okay, I'm going to put the little medicine bag that one of my friends gave to me on top of my torn up card. All right, so we went through the first house, and then Friday, I really love this. I pulled this from Colette Baron Reed's Shamanic Oracle deck, and this is the Council. And this is such a really fantastically beautiful card. Let me get that up in there for you. I love this. And I really want to read the passage. First of all, card number 11, which is about integrity. And I love that. But the Council automatically speaks of listening to our spirit guides, listening to our guides on the other side. That would be our ancestors that have crossed over to the other side. This is listening to wise counsel. This is also about listening to your personal inner guidance. So it goes back to the self once again. This is about not paying attention or getting counsel from anything outside of you, because your spirit guides and your ancestors, they're all part of you. They are part of your inner guidance. You're only seeking counsel from the highest place, which is yourself and your spirit guides, your angels, and your ancestors. I think that pretty much says it. But what Colette says, and I'll hold this up here so that you could see the beauty of this. Just real quick, the essence, she said, is the Council are the luminous beings who hold collective wisdom for all humanity, but we all have our own personal council. They're the ones before whom you will do your life review when you cross over into the world of spirit. And then it talks about the invitation being, listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. So only you know what the signs that have been coming to you say. You can't look outside of yourself at this time. And that is what I'm picking up. And I really love that only because I think too many times we get caught up, once again, I'm saying it, in what is going on around us, outside of us, in the news, on social media, and we are being distracted from what we really need to be taking care of, and that is ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to pull a random name out of the bowl. I'll set that over to the side. And this is for Wanda Frank, so I will have to tag her in this so that she knows. Wanda, I'm going to pull a enchanted map card for you. Maybe I'll do a couple. How about if I do a couple? Okay. Let's put this back. How many minutes are we in? We're in 21 minutes. Whoa. 3 cards just fell out of the deck, Wanda. So let's see what we have. All right. Details, details. So this is about paying attention to all the tiny details, reading the small print in the contract. When details comes up, this also speaks of the Mercury retrograde that is coming up, because you want to pay attention to all the details and small print if you're signing any contracts. It's saying that you're missing something that is right in front of your eyes. Okay. The Wizard of Awareness, that kind of really goes with what I just said. You're missing something that is right in front of you, your eyes. There's something looming around you that it's blatant, but you're not quite aware of. You haven't discovered it yet. And so the Wizard of Awareness is also talking about tapping into your own personal intuition. And then the Solitude card is coming up. And this is saying that you need to take some beneficial time to be by yourself, to be alone, and to be able to go within, tap into nature, get out into nature, and just take a respite for yourself. Wanda, I'm trying to think of what your astrological sign is. And I want to say Capricorn, but I can't be 100% sure. So I'm going to have to message you and find out and see what that is. And then maybe I will have an additional message for you on that. All right, let's pull. Okay, well, I read this person the other night in my live show, so you don't get another card. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do, okay? All right, Donna Branyan, lifelong neighbor. Let's see. All right, Donna. This says sad embrace. It is in reverse position. So this is just talking about, I think you're coming into a little bit of time of some sadness. You just can't quite put your finger on it. It's like winter melancholy. Nothing too horrible. But just some winter melancholy. And like I told you the other day, pay attention to nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself. Okay. This is going to be the last one. And I read this person the other night too. Nope. Not doing it. Let's see. This is the last one. Okay. This is for Doran Peelman. And Doran, I will also tag you. I'm going to pull a card for you. All right, Doran. Well, you know what? This one's sticking up. And this says flying. And I love it because it's like a Pegasus in the sky. All rainbow. This says that you're coming into a time of great abundance. It'll feel like you are flying high. I love that. It will be definitely a magical time, but I'm thinking in 2 months. This is when your time will start to feel better. It'll be like a new beginning, springtime of your life. So that's pretty exciting. All right. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Be sure to comment, give me some thumbs up. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram, expressionsoftheuniverse.com, Pinterest, Twitter. Be sure to subscribe, whichever side it is on. And stay tuned because I will continue to pull names from the bowl. If you want your name put into the bowl, you have to comment and like my video on YouTube. Comment me there. I will add your name to the bowl. Only there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great week. I will come back and see you next week when we will have a full moon in Leo. Until then, bye.